Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Halftime with K Bizzy. I'm the host, K Bizzy, and today we're bringing a very cool episode with a very cool guy, and he goes by Anton Koev, but he also goes by the name Molen online, so maybe you guys might know him a little bit better by that name. Molen is a freelance video editor and producer, and the resume this guy has attached to his name is absolutely insane. Some of his clients include Team Liquid, G2, Astralis, Blast, SK Gaming, ESL, FaZe Clan. I mean, it just goes on and on. This guy's worked with, it feels like, just about everybody in the scene by now. Whether it's in-game frag movies to story-driven related content, I mean, he does an epic job at absolutely everything. And if you guys are watching this and you don't know who this is for some reason, click the links in the description and go check out his content because it is absolutely amazing. And you guys might have even seen it before, but not even known that Molen here that we had on the podcast today was the guy behind it. We're going to make this one real quick, this intro, because I just got back from a 3-day LAN and the voice is hurting a little bit right now. The throat is not feeling great. A lot of screaming, a lot of yelling. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We are getting close to 500 subs. I feel like I've been saying this every episode for a bit now, so hopefully that's not annoying, but we will catch you guys on the outro. Enjoy today's episode.
Hey, sorry.
Hey, brother, how's it going?
I'm fine, I think. Just a lot of stuff to take care. There's a trip coming for me.
Okay, where you going?
Well, I'm going to the Esports World Cup in Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, I have to prepare a lot of stuff before going there.
Yeah, those things look like a good time, man. That should be fun as hell.
We'll see, we'll see. I'm not having any expectations. I don't want to be disappointed.
Okay. Well, dude, thank you so much.
Yes, likewise. So yeah,
Well,
I think we're good to go.
all right, perfect. Well, I like to start things off typically the same way with every episode. I just like to ask, how you got involved in Counter-Strike and, did somebody introduce you to it or did you just stumble upon it by yourself? How did that kind of happen?
Well, it did happen through my friends. We were going to internet cafes back in the days. I was like 5, 6 year old, not really sure, somewhere there. And at first, honestly, I didn't like the game, and I actually hated it.
Oh,
But
wow.
then, yeah, and then my friends stopped playing it, and I continued playing it. So yeah, and I loved it. It basically became my life after that.
That's awesome. What was it that
Yeah.
made you keep playing it when you didn't really like it that much?
Well, I'm not sure really, but I think it was a lot of stuff, I guess. I really enjoyed the competitive element in 1.6. I had a
Okay.
lot of like I was trying to compete in the game, not professionally, but um, like semi-professionally, I'd say.
Okay, okay.
And yeah, I was in IGL early on.
And so it was 1.6 that you started playing? Like in the
Yeah,
golden era of
1.6.
Counter-Strike? Hell yeah, right on. So, where do your roots of being a freelance video editor and producer stem from? Was this something that you started getting into Counter-Strike, like more into maybe like CS:GO or something, or was this like before all of that?
Well, I always enjoyed the frag movies from 1.6, and that's how I got that's how I started video editing basically. And it was at the end of 1.6 that I actually started editing myself, and I uploaded some stuff on my own channel on YouTube. And then when CS:GO first came out, I transitioned into that, and then my first esports team came. I got the first work opportunity, but before that, it was just trying to it was still cool doing videos in 1.6, but it wasn't anything serious. And ever since CS:GO came out, that's like turned the shift into a work, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say CS:GO kind of broke down a huge wall and allowed you to do a lot more things
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
basically, yeah.
And when it comes to like coming in contact with clients and stuff like that, like when you're just starting out, how do you approach that? Because it's like being a fish in the sea, really. There's so many people in the industry and stuff. Like, how did you stand out?
Well, good question. I was really young back there. I was still in school. I was really hungry to prove myself, trying to work a lot with as many people as possible, and just trying to reach out to everyone basically, and being on the lookout for opportunities like every day. And that's how I actually started working with my first big esports team. It was SK Gaming back then.
And that was your first client that you worked with? That's crazy.
No, it wasn't my first client, but it was my first big client.
Oh, okay.
Like
I
it was really
misunderstood.
early on. It was really early on in my career as well. So yeah, it kind of is one of my
Dude,
first clients as well.
so impressive. So impressive. And when it comes to the lists of clients that you've worked for besides SK Gaming, I mean, Jesus, you got Blast, ESL, Team Liquid, personally my favorite FaZe Clan. When you started working with SK Gaming, I guess, people in the industry talk to each other. Do you think that maybe people from SK Gaming kind of reached out to other organizations and, kind of put your name out there? Or like, how do you think that kind of just started spreading across?
I mean, I wouldn't say they put my name out there. I mean, of course, the exposure I got there and the experience I got there was really impactful. But I'd say I didn't want to settle with one org only at that time. So I started reaching out to a lot of orgs, and just some of them responded, and that's how it clicked, I guess.
That's
And some
awesome.
I didn't even expect to happen. So that's it.
Yeah, it's super cool, man. And I don't know, the more you talk to people in the industry and stuff, I don't know about you, but it kind of made me realize like they're not just these big scary people or people that you can't get a hold of. Like most of the people that I've come across and talked to are just like you and I. They're just like normal people that just love, CS. Like it's really, really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
And I always find the creative process of videos, like what you make, especially to be very interesting. And I wanted to ask you what your creative process and how you structure some of these videos is. Like, without giving away your secrets, obviously, can you just kind of tell me a bit about how you go about starting a new project with a new client?
Yeah, honestly, this process changed a lot with the years, of course. So right now, I'd say I like everything to be structured and well organized even before we start. So a lot of time spent on pre-planning. Like I like making storyboards, some kind of documents with important information. I even scribble down some plans, and from
Okay.
there I just try to manage my time and build momentum as the video is coming like to an end. just just have fun with the editing itself, but for me it's really important to start on a solid ground.
This episode of Halftime with K Bizzy is brought to you in part by Pricempire.com. Pricempire.com is absolutely loaded with essential tools for any skin enthusiast. Whether it be their blog, their price comparison app, the trending deals, or your personal inventory tracker, I mean, Price Empire really has it all. Pricempire.com is trusted by more than 1 million users on Trustpilot to ensure everybody that it is a fair and legit website. Pricempire.com is linked in the description. Go step your skins game up today. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, with Counter Strike, there's really just so much that you can do. Like the creative ceiling is not low by any means.
Yeah, sorry, can you I got distracted. Can you repeat? Sorry.
You're all good. I was just saying, the creative ceiling for doing frag movies and really just any type of content in general, really for Counter Strike is like the creative ceiling is so
Yeah,
high. Like there's not really a limit on what you can do.
yeah, there's so many things that I still can do. So
Yeah,
yeah, that is inspires me actually, but I also realize that I can do anything on my own. So I mean
and
everything. Sorry.
and another thing I wanted to ask too is like from going from 1.6 to Source to CS:GO, like that's a huge jump. And then from CS:GO to CS2 is also like a really, really big jump. did this kind of change anything about how you operate and like conduct your projects, or was this kind of more or less the same because the code kind of just excuse me, the code kind of just crossed over to CS2 for the most part. There's a some small differences and stuff, but for the most part it was pretty similar.
Well, I'd say yes and no. Um, because with CS2, it changed a bit the opportunities you have like in the game. And with CSGO, it was really easy to access everything through HLAE, which is the tool that is being used to like go inside demos and create stuff, use the replay system. And with CS2, that was a bit changed. Like it's still active, but there's some limits to it. And honestly, when CS2 first came out, for me, I heard that they're gonna stop um, developing the tool, and my first thought was like to try to find something else, like because I was too focused on like frag movies and stuff, and I thought for myself that it's better to like go and try something else, like YouTube videos or shorts or anything that's outside of the game itself. Like with that, I think I kind of changed my vision for my career with the game changing itself as well. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I've always, everybody's watched frag movies and stuff, and I don't know, the stuff that you put out is just, I mean, holy shit. Like it's really just next level
thank you, appreciate it.
for sure, man. And I've listed some of your clients in the past, but overall, out of every organization that you've had the pleasure of working with, are you able to pick a favorite project or a favorite client that you've worked with, or is it kind of hard to pick, okay, these people were definitely my favorite to work with, or this was my favorite project? Or do you really like think about it like that, or do you just kind of focus on what's in front of you and keep pushing forward?
Well, of course, there's like favorite projects that like give me that that hype and stuff, but it's really hard to pick an all-time favorite. I'd say I can say like from this year, because it's recent. It has to be something that's actually kind of outside of CS and esports itself, and that's working with Carl um, on Biz Games in Minecraft for his YouTube channel.
Okay.
And yeah, it was. I don't know how aware are you with his work, but yeah, he has a YouTube channel and he has a Minecraft based content. So I was really like that came out of nowhere for me, but I saw something in that opportunity and I accepted, and it was easily one of the most like challenging and fast paced things I've ever worked on, and like I really had to quickly adapt to everything, and I had a lot of um, responsibilities because I was leading a team of editors as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this was like a huge project then.
Yeah, it was really huge, I'd say, and it took like 2 3 months to finish everything, and it just yeah,
Dude,
under pressure.
impressive.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed it. Like in the end, I could, if I draw the line, I think it's a really big step for me.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of break down. I mean, you kind of just did break down the wall, and you can start doing videos on any game, really. Like, hell, you could probably even start making a movie one day or documentaries or something about anything, really.
Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, why not?
And like, how did this happen? Like, did he reach out to you randomly, and like you just checked your email one day and you just saw that email and was like, "What the hell?" Or you reach out to
It
him?
it was it was something like that. Yeah, his team reached out to me, and they I had a like a I wouldn't say a friend. Like we became friends after that, but I knew a person there. So they were like they liked my work and they said that they want me in there to help them. So that's how it happened basically. But I was really surprised that like the trust I had was unreal.
That's so cool. And did they kind of just throw you into the project and make you like kind of the boss of how things are running, or like have you done that before? Or was that kind of your first experience running a team of editors and stuff like that?
It like I've had small experiences, but never for a big project like that. So I'd say it was a first for me. And we did experiment a little after a while. First, I was leading the whole thing, and then they kind of tuned in as well to help me because they figured out it was too much for a single guy to handle everything. But yeah, I'd say I was still like managing a lot of the stuff and people as well.
Dude, that's awesome, man. So when it comes to like pros and cons to this type of work, do you really think that there is any? Or like, I don't know, I feel like it would be kind of in favor of having a lot more pros than cons, but you know, this isn't my line of work. This is your profession, so I want to hear it from you.
Well, like I don't want to be negative about it, but there's definitely a lot of cons.
I guess everything kind of comes with cons when you look at everything.
Yeah, I'd say the most like I'd say like lack of work stability and stable income is one for sure. Sometimes unclear time management and schedule. Something that everyone probably is dealing with in this industry, like burnout, pressure, etc. Yeah, just and also like I have to say this, but like sorry, not sorry, but dealing with some of the esports people is straight up nightmare.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't really want to go into too much detail, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not too like it's not too dreamy, you know. These are real people, and yeah, just there are like a lot of cons. I'd say there are a lot of pros too. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my work, I love where I'm at, but yeah, I still like I'm trying to do even better than what I currently have. So moving away from these things would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No one wants that stress. And like to me as the outsider looking in, I feel like I don't know, when you think about budgets and, you know, sometimes maybe a client doesn't want to really be flexible on that, that could kind of suck.
Yeah.
You're not really,
Yeah.
like you said, guaranteed, you know, income. You kind of have to put yourself out there as much as you friggin' can and, you know, try to chase any avenue that you can possibly go down and, you know, scheduling and, you know, cramming time and stuff like that. Like that could all add up huge and really be a stressful time for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know like a little tiny piece about that, like nothing, probably nothing even close to what you've dealt with, but I can wrap my head around it for sure. And do you ever
um
find it like demotivating at all, or do you kind of take these cons that might weigh negatively on you? Does that like fuel you to, you know, go even harder, if that makes sense?
well, of course, I sometimes want to like give up. But like there are a lot of positive stuff too that also like make me keep going, if I can say that. Like I love like this is still um a really like good experience, like to be in esports and to create content and to like have the creative freedom every time, especially if you're a freelancer, and just managing my own time when I can, of course, taking time off when I need it. I love all of this stuff, and I think this freedom to like accept or deny projects is also really, it fits a lot to me. But yeah,
Yeah, and at the end of the day too, like you're kind of your own boss, and I don't know, I feel like that might be everybody's dream. Like you don't have to answer to anyone, you make all the definitive decisions yourself, and like that's got to be a pretty cool feeling too.
well, I'd say it's a little bit of a stretch to call myself my boss because sometimes that's not really what happens. But
I mean, in the
mostly,
sense that
yeah,
you don't
I'd
have
say
like an
mostly, yeah.
agency, you know, like you're not, you
Yeah.
know, someone's not handing you work and you're going and, you know, you have to go work for this person. You kind of like source out. I don't know. Maybe I'm
And
wrong.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like if I don't like something, I can say no. And sometimes that's not the case, yeah, for other people.
Yeah, but then again, I guess you are and kind of are not your boss at the same time because when you're working with an organization, like they probably have a bit of a vision and a bit of a plan on what they want done, and you, I guess
Yeah.
you'd have to kind of abide by that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So when you look at everything with all this experience under your belt, I think it's pretty safe to say that you did it and you're living the dream. When you were in school just doing this for fun and you were trying to prove yourself like you what you were saying earlier, did you ever dream that you'd be in the position you're in today to be, working with YouTubers that are completely outside of esports and Counter-Strike and work with all these legendary organizations that you've worked with so far? Did you ever dream for something like this, or did this kind of just start happening?
Yeah, ever since like I saw like the first I think it was Katowice in 2014 or something. And I learned how big this thing is going, and I learned that there are frag movie editors, and I learned that there are people working on stuff in esports full time. I was really dreaming about being in a position where I'm at today, and of course I enjoy it a lot, and I want this to continue, of course. But I'd say also that I'm a bit more realistic with how I see things now. I mean, I understand that a lot of people are I understand that I have a good thing here. I'm in a good position, but at the same time, I would do my best to be in an even better one. And I sometimes like we talked previously, I see the negatives of working in this industry, and I really want to move away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Who knows? Maybe I do move away from it. Maybe I stay, but I will still my heart will still be in here because I that's how I started, and especially with Counter Strike.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe we're similar in this way, but when you kind of have a thought in your head about something on whether you want to continue doing it or not, I feel like when you have that thought, it kind of won't go away until the definitive decision's made. So I could kind of see how it'd be easy to get in your head and, you know, maybe second guess yourself, or, like you were saying, it's kind of hard to work with people sometimes and it's kind of a nightmare. At the end of the day, when you look at things, Counter Strike 2 specifically, when Counter Strike 2 came out, I'd say there's at very minimum another 10 years of this game, at minimum. Like, that's just me
Yeah.
thinking. But the safety net in this whole scenario is that the esports scene, period, let alone Counter Strike, is not going anywhere. It makes too much money. So there's that to fall back on and think about when it's time to look things over in the future on what the next moves are. But even if you didn't want to continue doing it, now you're working with YouTubers, so you have a really good transition if you ever made that. But I don't want to ever see that because we'd be missing out a big time on some quality work.
Why not both? Someone said.
Hey, I mean, shit, if you could manage your time like that, dude, hell yeah. Why not? More
Yeah,
the
we'll see how
merrier.
it goes. Yeah.
And this is kind of just a random little side question that I had. I'm just thinking about it as we're talking. How would you say, like, how long would it take you to do like a typical project? I guess it would kind of it'd be different for whatever the project is and who you're working for and stuff.
Do you mean like a CS project or?
Yeah, just anything. Like I've always just been so curious about, like some of these videos are just like absolutely insane. The level of editing and the quality and stuff like that. It's really is just like a mini movie almost. So I've always just wondered, like, how long does this take like a professional like yourself?
Well, it's really different from what I can see. Like most of the things that I worked on this year were broadcast videos that really required a fast turnaround. So like 3 to 4 days maybe,
Oh
and
shit.
you have to work really hard and fast. So yeah, and you have to be focused. But yeah, I really enjoy it when I have more time for like these, especially when, for example, something that's coming on my mind right now is working with Face and the documentaries with it.
Oh yeah.
I it They took like quite a lot of time, uh, more than 2 weeks probably, and it did require a lot of work. But I think in the end, that's what gives me a lot of how do I say this? Like I'm inspired to continue doing this work because it's really creative. Like I have such freedom to storytell in a way where I want like the public to feel something,
Yeah,
and I
like you want
really
to
get
grab your
inspired from that.
audience.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotcha. And yeah, dude, FaZe Clan specifically, I'm gonna be so biased here because they're my favorite team. Boy, is it hard watching them sometimes. Makes me want to rip the little bit of hair that I have out of my head. But oh my god, I love them as a team and as people and as players. Like they're so awesome. And I always love, especially a guy like Kerrigan who's just been around for like the beginning of time when it comes to Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Like he's just got so much knowledge. He just seems like such a. They all seem like cool people, like really really cool people. And I don't know, man, to work with them, dude. Like that must be such a sick opportunity. That must be so fucking cool.
Yeah, it was like I didn't really work with them, but I like, if you know the meme with like an editor working on a movie, he can say he knows the people on
Oh,
his screen, but then they never really heard about him. So
okay.
yeah.
You're more dealing with like the management and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, gotcha. But still, I mean, dude, huge feather in the cap regardless.
yeah.
So if there's anybody listening to this that aspires to have a similar career as yourself, whether it's in Counter-Strike or dealing with content creators or esports or whatever, do you have any words of wisdom that you could give them to kind of open their eyes up to something that they might not have been aware about before they watch this?
That's a really hard question. um,
I'm sure there's a million things you could probably say.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I could go with like the most corny stuff and like trust in yourself and work hard and you got this. Especially like in the esports industry, I'd say it's a must that you have to work hard and be patient and resilient. I'd say because it gets really tough. Um, because it's a competitive space where a lot of people are trying to take your spot, if I can say.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes it's kind of hard to find success. Maybe maybe you shouldn't really rely only on one source and be try to be open for like a lot of different stuff. That's why I kind of try to transition outside of esports as well. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm getting out of it, but I'm not closing that door, but like I'm trying to get into other doors as well.
Yeah, just kind of take a step back sort of thing.
Yeah, and just like we need to work away as an industry, like as freelancers, to kind of protect each other. Because sometimes people can actually, I still see it to this day, people actually get abused to
Oh,
work here. Yeah.
wow. Not physically,
So
obviously, but
not
like
physically,
mentally.
yeah, like mentally, no contracts, underpaid,
Yeah.
working like extra hours. These things like we have to. I don't really know how. Maybe we need to have like a union or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I always try to think twice if I'm working with someone, even if they're a big company. Like you never know. Um, just try to be protected. Like have a contract or something. Like talk to your legal people, or I don't know.
Yeah,
That's my advice, I guess.
yeah, I mean, it never hurts to do as much research as possible. But anyways, dude, thank you so much for making the appearance on the podcast. Genuinely a pleasure, and I really had a good time talking with you. For the
Yeah.
outro of the podcast, I usually like to send the spotlight over to the guest, and if there's anything that you're working on that you want to promote, if there's anything about you that you want the people listening to know, whatever it is, have at it. The floor is yours.
Well, thank you. First, it was a pleasure. I did like our conversation, but I would also like genuinely I was interested to hear your experiences and your like because this was mostly about me, so I don't think I can um put the spotlight again on me. So yeah, in general, I would love to like hear more about you in another way, I guess.
Yeah.
So this becomes more of a conversation, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah, for
don't
sure.
I don't necessarily love talking so much about myself. So yeah, I felt the need to say this.
Well, I appreciate it, but hey, man, this is the whole point
Yeah.
of the show is
Yeah, I
we
know,
got
but
to shine the
still.
spotlight on the people like you that make amazing things happen.
Oh, thank you. As I said, it was a pleasure as well.
For sure, man.
So yeah.
And that is it, guys. Thank you very much for tapping into today's episode. It's been an absolute pleasure interviewing Molen and learning a bit about, his process and just his passion for what he does. And his passion really shows in his work. So really amazing to have him on. So much love to him. Much love to you guys for tapping in on the video and checking it out. Make sure you guys are commenting, and subscribing and supporting the channel that way. It really, really helps out, and it means a lot to me personally. So thank you very much for everyone that's done so far. If not, maybe reconsider. That'd be greatly appreciated. And also check out Molen's links, which are also in the description as well. Show him some love. He's a hardworking guy. But we will catch you guys next Friday. You guys have a great rest of your day, a fantastic weekend. Till next time, everybody.